Blackpool's not famous for making your money go a long way, and it's essential to know first the cost of your bed before thinking which boats to push out. The plushiest hotels are out, from 55 shillings for bed and breakfast, and I couldn't get in many cheap boarding houses so much as the new bank holiday caught on. After an hour, though, I found a happy price medium and a vacant bed with breakfast and evening meal at 25 shillings. 4 penn'orth of what's on in the local paper, and then 10 penn'orth of the best value in Blackpool, a ride along this endless prom on the last big tram system left in the country. 6pence blown on a modest ice cream, and after a transport last, a transport first, the country's first passenger-carrying monorail. Half a crown for this transport of delight over the pleasure beach. Okay for novelty value, but it'll have to get quicker and cheaper to take you to the airport. Lamb chop and 3 other courses were astonishing value in the 25 bob's worth at the boarding house. It was good, and so were 2 pints of beer later at 4 and 8pence. Shows are as inescapable as the tides in Blackpool, and 6 shillings worth of stalls in the central pier passed the evening pleasantly if you weren't looking for surprises. The cold light of morning, a 9-penny deck chair, an 8-penny coffee, and an outrageous 2 shillings for a carton of shrimps, and cold realization that I was broke. You get only a taste of Blackpool for 50 bob.
Great Yarmouth. Plenty of trippers on the beach, but with vacancy signs in windows in every street, I had the choice of scores of guest houses. Bed and breakfast at the Pier View was only 18 shillings and 6pence. No seaside scenery from my room, but the bed was clean and comfortable, and a ship's bell summoned me to a 4-course breakfast. The pleasures of Yarmouth needn't be expensive. Plates of cockles harvested from the wash are still only 6pence. The trip to the top of the new 130-foot tower building to see a panorama of Yarmouth costs a shilling. With 29 shillings and 6pence still in my pocket, I decided on a 15-shilling 3-course evening meal. The roast Norfolk duck was well served, well cooked, piping hot. There was no bank holiday surcharge, no 10% service extra. An Austrian beer garden on the seafront is a continental winner for the corporation. Odd, isn't it, that English seaside visitors enjoy sitting by snow-capped mountains painted on the walls, 20-foot pine trees made of hardboard, and drinking local beer at 2 bob a pint served by Yarmouth girls in Tyrolean costume. Admission for the entertainment is 3 shillings. Still, one English tradition remains strong. Yarmouth bloaters are a popular holiday present, 7 shillings and 8pence a box by post, which leaves me with 1 shilling and 7pence to take home.
To arrive at Torquay, jewel of the English Riviera, with only 50 bob in your pocket puts you at an immediate disadvantage, since everyone around, from resident millionaire to holiday-making milkman, will be flashing fivers all over the place. However, don't be discouraged, because 50 shillings, as you find, can go a long way, thanks largely to salts of the earth like Mrs. Lee, who provide comfortable and clean bed and breakfast for only 18 and 6. Casing the joint doesn't cost a penny, but eventually, sun and aching feet having got the better of you, you put into some wayside pub for refreshment. This provided the first revelation. The beer was 4pence more than normal prices, and the butter in the 2 and 6-penny sandwich turned out to be margarine, and you could tell the difference. They tell you can go mackerel fishing out in Torquay for only 6 bob, but you arrive at the appointed spot to find all the trips are off for the day, so you make do with a replica of the Golden Hind anchored out on the harbour for half a crown. 5 miles or so on a topless bus brings you nearer to heaven and costs only 2 and 2. Having donned a shirt, it's time to look for the evening's amusement, and as it turns out, you find it in the shape of Jack Hulbert and Cicely Courtnage, which for 3 and 6 is just about the best value you could get. Finding somewhere to have dinner after the theatre was a problem. No room for economy here, and 10 and 6 was just about the best you could do. Having slept late the following morning, you find you've got 7 and 11 still in hand, a copper or 2 in the beach telescope, and it's time to catch the train back to town.